Well, he's one of the most famous coaches of the NFL, and I had the pleasure of interviewing Coach Pete Carroll about his contributions off the field right here in California.
In Pete Carroll's 9th season as head coach of the USC Trojans, he's already faced disappointing loss, leaving many California residents wondering what the future holds for the one-time champions. Well, as Pete Carroll learned a long time ago, it all depends on how you look at it.
I kind of live my life day to day thinking something good is just about to happen, so that's about as upbeat and positive as I can see it. I don't mean it to be that way. That's just the way I've kind of grown up.
Clay Carroll grew up in a suburb of San Francisco, California. His father, Jim, was a liquor salesman, and his mother, Rita, a homemaker and an incurable optimist.
My mom was so supportive. I always look back then. She always was kind of directing me towards the good things and the things that we could do, and I had such a great support system, and I think that kind of kept things in line for me.
Carroll earned his bachelor's degree in Northern California at Pacifica University, where his performance as starting free safety also earned him a spot on the All-Pacific Coast football team, twice. After college, Carroll spent a year trying out for the now-defunct World Football League in his hometown of San Francisco. He didn't make the team. Carroll realized that his athleticism would not be his ticket to success and decided to return to Pacifica University as an assistant coach while earning his master's degree in physical education. Then, in 1977, a 26-year-old Pete Carroll took on a defensive coaching job at the University of Arkansas under legendary head coach Lou Holtz. A year later, he headed to Iowa State to work with another coaching great, Earl Bruce, who Carroll followed to Ohio State the following year. After nearly 20 years in various assistant coaching positions, including stints in the NFL with Buffalo, Minnesota, and New York, in 1994, Carroll finally received his first NFL head coaching position for the New York Jets, an opportunity that proved disappointing. He was fired after only one season.
The occurrences have never knocked me down, and they've never kept me down, and I think that's all goes way back to the home.
Home, San Francisco, Carroll's next stop after being let go by New York. He moved back for 2 years and found success as an assistant with the 49ers. Carroll then spent 2 years as head coach in New England, where he still holds the franchise's second-best winning percentage. His next move would be life-changing. On December 15, 2000, Pete Carroll took the job that would make him a Southern California icon and a two-time national champion, head coach of the USC Trojans. He'd found a way to channel his high energy and optimistic approach, creating an atmosphere for his players that would inspire success. Carroll describes the process.
An empowerment process that really is trying to build people up to become the best that they can. So all of that just doesn't have any room for negativity. It doesn't have any room for going, looking at the dark side of things. And so that's just kind of the environment and the culture that we've created here, and it's served us very well.
In 2001, Carroll found a way to bring his team's environment of hope to the streets of South Central Los Angeles with a program called A Better LA. It's a nonprofit committed to supporting Los Angeles communities and redirecting gang members from negative to positive activities and positive visions for their future.
I go in with people that, in the different areas that are familiar with the area so that we can meet people. Basically, we listen. More than anything, we listen, and hear out, what's going on and what's up, and just in our presence and as we hear things, we figure out ways that we might be able to connect this or that and make things move.
The program also brings young people from inner city neighborhoods to USC to meet the players and find encouragement to move into productive lifestyles and careers. Carroll says his players love it as much as the kids do.
And they look into the eyes of those kids, and obviously our kids feel kind of their situation a little bit, and they can they look back to when they were kids, and they see it. So they make a good effort to connect with them and bring a little bit of fun, a little bit of joy, and a little bit of hope that maybe someday they could be in a situation somewhat like this.
Pete Carroll is always scouting, if not for athletic prowess, then for motivated members of the community to help lead the effort to focus energies away from crime and gangs and on to improving their lives, which in many cases means avoiding a statistical probability of death or prison.
The great ones always are the ones with the greatest will and the greatest desire to prove who they are and to compete on a regular basis.
Competing to improve, be it on the field or on the streets. Pete Carroll just keeps looking ahead, not just thinking something good is about to happen, but making it happen. For California Life, I'm Tom Sparks.